The red line oils back to Lumicraft Buggy. See Brady Whitlock round the outside, going to grab the whole shot in this one.
And oh, craziness there as the drone. Looks like he had to avoid a little tie-up there.
Yeah, one thing is these cars are really hard to drive at the beginning of the race because they're so light with the open differentials and all. And with the wet track, it's hard.
Slick.
They're super slick, and you're in a very low-profile tire. And like you see there, Briska getting collected and spun around a little bit, and Gibbs getting collected himself also. But they're so hard to drive on the first couple laps of the race, and you'll see a lot of mistakes that happen in the first 2-3 laps.
Of course, Zach Drabkin out in the lead this time here. We saw early on it was Trevor Briska yesterday. Now it's Drabkin up front.
Yeah, see, now we have first lap around. It's Whitlock in the Fodro back car, followed by the fast monkey Matt Brister. Saw Brister with the flat tire yesterday. He's back here to redeem himself today. He was so frustrated after grabbing that flat tire yesterday, and I know he wants to win this more than anybody else out there right now.
I saw it sitting when I drove in this morning. They waited until the last minute to change that tire because it's just like, I'm just mad at you.
Over it, I know. No, I know this morning for qualifying, I don't know if he's still running them now, but they went back to the all-terrain style tire. Normally on the buggies, we run a radial, which is more of a car kind of dragster type tire, very low profile, but at some tracks we run a all-terrain. I know Brister went to that this morning, trying to prevent getting another flat tire just because it's so much more stronger and more aggressive.
You got more tread.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Well, look at that, Brady Whitlock. I know they were looking for parts and had to get that thing fixed last night.
Oh, did they? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I was talking to Calvin. He came up here and said, yeah, we were walking around with a part trying to go to the pit and said, you have this?
Nice. So funny, right?
And they got it.
That's one of the greatest things about short course racing. Everybody's here willing to help each other, and you go around the pits and you try and scramble things together.
Well, look at this action heating up here as Brister now starts working on Whitlock. He's pumping that monkey fist.
See Brister trying to drive it in deep there. Gets a little bit wide up in the cushion of that corner. Brister now going to be on the outside going into turn number 4. One thing we really touched upon yesterday was how hard these buggies are to keep in the race line, and how much hitting the cushion and sucking the momentum out of the car really does to these. And see Brister give Whitlock a little bumper tap there. And
that was the momentum getting sucked away from Whitlock there and coming in. Now I'm looking at the Illumicraft versus a Funko there. It looks like the Funko's a little bit longer.
Yep. Yeah, so Brady's driving a Fodro car.
Oh, it's a Fodro.
Yeah, so
Danny Fodro.
Danny Fodro is leading out the race, and then Matt Brister on the Funko. See that tear off there on the back of the drone shot coming off his rear bumper. But Ebert's in a Funko, Drapkin's in an Illumicraft, and so is Gibbs. So all sorts of different varieties of buggy manufacturers here as Brister looks at the inside of Whitlock. Ooh, lands right up on his inside. Does a little slider.
Nice slide job there. Takes the line right away from him. We're talking about Danny Faldro and building those cars, and talk about a guy with a lot of experience. Ooh.
I saw a drone hit the ground in there in the distance. So.
Oh, it happens a lot.
I was about to say.
They took a bird out yesterday, or a bird took them out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, of course, Fodro right down the road there in Arizona from Whitlock. So they could work pretty good with them, right?
Yeah, I know that Brady's super close with those guys, and they're even running a Fodro 10 car out in the desert, so Danny's been helping them and their whole program out a ton. Looks like that tire choice is working so far for Brister. Right now he's opened up to just about a second over Whitlock, and Dale Ebert's round out the podium spot in his Funko backed car also.
So we're not just saying he collected himself. You think it was a better tire choice?
It could have been. I know. Whenever I ran the all-terrain tire, they always worked really awesome the first half of the race when the track was wet and slick. But towards the back half, when the track started to develop ruts and got dried out, they were kind of beginning to be a bit of a handful. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
They tend to catch ruts a lot more, and you kind of throw it into a corner, and they get up on the bike a little bit more. But it's awesome. A lot of times when we ran it, we'd try and run them and get out front early than to try and protect the whole time the back half of the race and avoid making mistakes. So kind of goes in a little bit of strategy there.
Good insight for sure. And I got to say, but Matt Brister out front showing his wherewithal. Right behind him, Brady Whitlock. Look at Dale Eberts. Not the spring chicken out there, running with all these young kids, but Dale's got a lot of experience racing in the desert over the years. He's got, four or five championships?
Something like that. So yeah. A lot of miles under his belt.
Yeah, I think it was a 2015 one down in Baja last time. Those are hard to come by.
Oh, yeah. I know. Now, we were fortunate enough to grab one of those last year, and it was kind of that memory-making moment where you're there and trying to live it up and try and take it in while you can. They're hard to come by, and you got to really try and enjoy it while you have the opportunity
to do it twice, to do it 3 times,
yeah,
to do it 4 times.
I know.
I think your dad's got a couple of them, right?
He does. He has 4 in a row.
4,
so
yep.
I know.
I remember that.
Crazy to make that feat, but
his dad, of course, Dad Tom Watson, and, another big name in the desert there. So it's kind of great to see a second generation.
Yeah. So no, last year he ran the same exact replica body of what he ran on all of his desert cars, and it was I think he had a little bit of good luck for us. We ran the same American flag kind of flame stylish look, and it worked out great. It always looked killer, and had him through a couple of championships, and we added one to the list for it.
Yep, that's definitely. Well, the caution flag is out. We are halfway through this one. 6 laps down, 6 to go. Here with Matt Brister, Brady Whitlock, Dale Eberts, Trey Gibbs, Lorenzo Bonacci, Briska, Drapkin, Kennedy, Garan, and Zimmerman. Now let's go down here a little bit, talk about Trey Gibbs. He came out of the karts with you and a couple years later, I think it was.
Yep.
And then really got on the buggy, struggled at first, but now he's a force to be reckoned with. Lorenzo Bonacci, first year in a pro buggy.
Yeah, I know Lorenzo, he got the former Chris Noon's car, and in 2019, Chris and I, we were battling for a championship and went into the last weekend tied, and that car has a lot of potential, and for Lorenzo to jump right into it and be so competitive in this class right away.
But
so
before
awesome
Chris Noon's, it was
I believe Stephen
Granke's championship
I believe
car,
so.
the SC Fuels car.
Yep.
So that has got a good pedigree to it, too.
Yeah.
So looking down here, Trevor Briska, good to see him back. Zach Drapkin, fairly new in the program here. Gunnar Kennedy, now making the appearance of pro buggy. He's always been doing the limited buggies.
Yep, and he also has a former Stephen Granke car, but that car has a Honda motor in it. So a lot of these guys are running the Ecotech platform, but Gunnar still has a Honda in his car.
Is that like bringing a knife to a gunfight?
Exactly. Yep. See Gibbs looking to the inside of Eberts there, a little bit of contact.
Oh, look at Eberts right up to third.
And Briska around the outside of Gibbs, trying to carry that momentum around the first couple corners. See if he can close down on Eberts and try and grab on the podium spot.
Dale Eberts holding on to that final spot in the box right now, but Trey Gibbs trying to look all over for a little daylight to get by him as Brister gets a little bit of breathing room there. But look at this behind him. There's a whole lot of footsteps.
Yeah, one thing we talked about yesterday, and we also saw earlier in the limited buggy class, was how hard it is to race side by side on these open wheel cars. I know earlier in limited buggy we saw a couple of contact issues where one guy ended up going on his lid, and it's hairy. These things have Nerf bars, but they really don't do too much when you have a big, heavy car. They kind of blow right through those. But
and there's just enough room for another tire to get locked in on you.
Yeah, he learned the hard way real quick. But see the drone on the live stream chasing down the fast monkey, Matt Brister. Big number 5 on the side of that thing as he tosses it into turn number 3. Getting chased down by a whole field full of fast buggies.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Whitlock still hold on to that. Ebert's trying to work on him there for sure. Briska just sitting there waiting for somebody to make a mistake.
Whitlock over-rotates a little bit.
And look at Briska. Did you see him get a little loose?
I think he tried dodging the Whitlock's little mistake as Eberts runs up there to the second spot, and Gibbs looking to the outside of Whitlock, trying to capitalize on that one also as Whitlock slides right up in front of him. Gibbs trying to do that outside in maneuver, get a good run down the straightaway. It looks like he has locked up the third spot right there.
Man, so awesome to see 10 of these pro buggies out there battling, and I think there's a number 3 one that could be car number 11 for somebody.
Yeah.
Sitting right down by registration there by the pavilion.
Be rad to see that thing out here at the next Great American Short Course event.
I think it's priced to sale too.
Yeah, exactly. See Briska looking to the inside there, Whitlock. Try goes up there and parks on the inside and grabs that spot.
And you can see there is Eberts there with Whitlock behind him. You see Briska, the blue and silver car there behind him. You really see the different, the three, there's really 3 manufacturers.
Yeah, right.
And you can really see they're all uniquely different, but all fall under the same rules.
Mm-hmm. That's the main thing about this class. It's open wheel, and there's only so much you can do. A lot of the cars have different weight distribution and a little bit different geometry, but they'll run basically the same trailing arm setup and same front A-arm setup as all the same manufacturers.
Well, right now it seems to be the Funko buggy of Matt Brister out front, killing it. Saying redemption is mine, boys.
Yeah, last year I believe we saw Matt Brister win round number 1.
Yes.
Yeah, then we had a couple other, we had some good racing again last year. Gibbs grabbed round number 2, then the rest of the rounds we were able to do pretty successful at. But to come to the white flag, Brister's looking to bring this one home. Looks like that tire choice worked out great for him. We see that on the live stream. It's a real nice close shot there, number 5 car.
Absolutely. And then behind him, Dale Eberts there, Trey Gibbs. Briska trying to work on Trey, but Trey wants to hold on that last spot there. Look how close.
To the inside.
Oh, no, Briska!
Grabs a handful of cutting brake and looks like he stalls it out there.
I think you're right. He is not moving.
See Gibbs now looking at the back bumper. Eberts looking for that. Grab up another spot up on the box.
So Whitlock and Minacci move up a position there. And Drapkin, unfortunately, Briska still back there.
As Matt Brister brings it to the checkered flag, bringing home his first Great American Short Course win in the Pro Buggy class.
Got the redemption there. There goes Drapkin up to 4th place. How about that? Wow, I was impressed. Well, folks, I'm definitely going to have to hear the stories when we send John down here. And I can't thank you, Elliot Watson, enough for coming up here, helping us out. I know John, he's done me a favor. I've got a bum ankle right now. He's been running up and down those stairs, so he's like, I got a breath. Thank you, Elliot. But, Elliot, you brought some knowledge that, one thing I haven't done is the Pro Buggy and racing in it. And it really just brought a nice insight to it.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate it and hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. So, once again, Matt Brister, Dale Eberts, Trey Gibbs, our podium. We'll hear from shortly. The Great American Short Course Series, here, live.
I'm Jeremy McGrath, and welcome to Palms River Resort. Palms is a 5-star lifestyle community where you'll make lifelong friends. I mean, some of my favorite things to do are obviously building memories with the family. We get out in the side-by-sides. Of course, I like riding my dirt bike in the hills and taking off in the desert. But I mean, family time in the boat, man, you can't beat it.
Yeah, you're doing it.
James.
And then Matt Brister, he's still going through race pace right now. You know what? We'll join you right here. Trey, Hell of driving, dude. I know you kind of went back and forth and kind of settled into that third spot. I know it's not where you wanted to be, but man, you worked for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The start didn't go any way that I planned it. Right off the back, the rear end got a little loose on me, kind of came around, and had to grab my cutting brake to save it, which then put me back way far back in the field. And you know, I knew I had my work cut out of me. All of us were battling pretty damn hard out there, trading wheels, trading paint, and you know, it was an incredibly fun race, great weekend. Congrats to these two guys. They drove their butt off. Dale was really making me work, and you know, he was able to keep me off. But we'll see what happens next race.
I know you couldn't do it without some good partners. Tell us about them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just want to give a huge thanks to my whole crew, Trevor, Josh, Randy, the whole family that gets out here. KB Engineering, VP Race Fuels, Temecula Motorsports, Rugged Radios, and KMC Impact, and anyone else forgot. Thank you guys so much for getting me out here.
Trey Gibbs taking home that third spot in a hard-fought battle up into the third position. And Dale Eberts, man, great to have you up here joining us again. Man, way to close out this weekend.
Yeah, very excited to be up on the box. Yesterday we were in a good running, and I kind of messed up, so it's good to make up for it today.
Yeah, I absolutely did, and man, you guys just were giving us a show out there. It was quite the show. Tell us about that.
Oh, good. Yeah, you know, starting from the third row, we had a 6-car invert, so that was a challenge. Had a good start, got up to third, I think, on the first lap, and then was able to move up one more spot. So it was a fun race. It was very intense. You're pushing just as hard as you can, as much as you think the car can handle and your body can handle, and it was fun. It's fun to watch these guys in front of you when they're pushing it too. So the show yesterday was really good.
Yeah, that was a good one. Who would you like to thank? I know you got some great partners behind you. Trust Manufacturing Company,
ZLT, EBCO, Cape Brothers Toyota, Cape Toyota in Long Beach, Fox Shocks, BF Goodrich Tires, VP Racing Fuels. I'd like to thank my son, Ezra. We worked really hard over the winter, completely moved the engine and trans, the driver, the seats, the pedal, everything, and he did the majority of the work, so a big thank you to him.
There you go, putting the kid to work. That's Dale Eberts here, taking home second. Good to see you, buddy. I'm glad to share this podium with you, as is just as joyous to see you up here, young man. Wasn't sure we were going to see you up here. You know who did though? K&N, $250. They knew you had it in you. Man, tell us about that race.
Yeah, you know, we qualified fourth and got a little lucky on the invert. We moved one spot up. I like starting on the outside here, so I knew we had our odds against us, but we went through the field clean and really raced our butt off. These guys are the best in the world. Sissy, Trey, and Dale. Brisca's out there. You know, everybody in the field, they're the best out there, so to be up here feels really good. That track was amazing. It was a little slick. I feel like we made the right decision about our tires, and we got a few changes coming for the future to hopefully get us a little bit more speed. I gotta thank all of my guys for being out here. Kent Lothinger, Kevin Streety. We were pulling 12 o'clock nights trying to get a set of tires on the car to get out here that would survive. So we're glad we didn't repeat yesterday. I got to thank my dad, my mom, my girlfriend for coming out, Fast Monkey Performance Engineering, K&N for sponsoring, Liam Poppy for putting on such an awesome event. Without this event, I'd be parked in a garage somewhere, so I'm glad that I'm out here racing with everybody. And of course, Funco Motorsports, Roush Performance. We have Mike Cash and Trent Brown. They're helping me out, and they give me a pulse on the car every time it comes off the track, so I couldn't do without them. And thank you everybody on my team too, the Price family, Darren, everybody for coming out. Thank you.
There you go, Matt Brister, your big winner here. In third place, Trey Gibbs. And Dale Eberts taking home that second spot, and a big round of applause for your winner. Put your hands together here, Victorville. Come on now, Matt Brister taking home the win here.
Okay, going to the freeway. That way.
to Trey Gibbs, Dale Eberts, and of course, Matt Brister, the monkey. Good job, bud. So those spots, 2 more to go. We've got the big boys coming up here, the Pro Lights and the Pro 2s, the big Pro classes. Gotta love it. Once again, I want to thank all our great sponsors who make this